Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Solar eclipse in Scorpio. Your moon sign, if you're a Scorpio, not to just talk about if you're going to be affected this way or that way, but to help you to learn how to look at the moon sign in your chart. So you'll find out if you are a moon Scorpio or Sagittarius. And you can order a chart with me, or you can go to Cafe, I think it's cafeastrology.com. I'm not sure. But anyway, the point that I want to bring forward is that any moon sign is connected to our ability to be emotional or non-emotional. The moon also in our sign, if we are, so to speak, a Scorpio, a Sag, or Capricorn, whatever your moon sign is, would be the focus. It is going to trigger emotions that you will need to understand about yourself in order for you to be more successful. That means that if you are a Scorpio moon and we're having a solar eclipse, it could be clipping off your attitude because it's going to focus on your moon identity. So this is like the first house for your moon sign, regardless if you have a sun first house. And so with that being the identity, you're looking at what the moon has been saying to you throughout your journey and what you changed about you and what you actually progressed in concerning your moon sign. The moon sign is always hidden information like this here because it's hidden that we can learn how to control our emotions. I mean, even Jesus tells us that, but it's kind of like a secret because he doesn't come out and say it. It's written in the Bible that he calmed the seas. And the seas are water emotions, which is what Scorpio is, because I'm talking about this solar eclipse. So you would take it all around and you would say, well, if I'm a Leo moon, then how's this the moon energy affecting me in the eclipse? And it's going to affect you in your creativity. If you stifle yourself to work, a 9 to 5, you might be angry about it because you're not using creativity. You might be frustrated. So there's some hidden things there. Even with romance, if you're not, you know, practicing emotional romance, if you're not emotionally intelligent, the moon is going to show you that through your behaviors and interactions with others. You may not be able to stay in a relationship because of the way that you think you should respond as a Leo in a relationship. But it's about you and the individual, which, this is a personal one-on-one consult that I would give concerning your moon energy. But moving back to the moon energy, just giving examples of Scorpio, Sag, you're going to look at emotions. The emotions were hidden. A lot of people will read the Bible when Peter got up and said, Master, it was a storm. No one looks at the fact that it's a storm inside of the person, and how to cure the storm is to go within and find out what's happening in the person. And the moon sign usually is going to tell you how to master your emotions. So these are secrets even in the Bible. Um, the moon sign is generally connected to the mother. And that means that in Scorpio, there could have been some economic issues, psychological issues that came up with mom, and they could have carried on into the child, good or bad. Biological issues, because Scorpio at its depth is about economics, psychology, social, and spiritual, which means that a Scorpio moon type of person can actually go into therapy. They can also become an astrologist. They go into the depths to think because they have to, in their life, transform things. And so this is, just some information to help out with the eclipse, because the eclipse is going to trigger people. you know, and the eclipse energy has been working up until today. People haven't felt themselves. They're detoxing. They're having spiritual flus. They're having to sit down at times and not be able to continue on. They're having emotional breakdowns. Is this good or bad? To me, it's not bad, because if I pay attention to my emotions, then what happens is that I can learn discipline, just like Jesus was teaching the disciples. The disciples are disciplined. The word is derived from the Greek narrative and um, of discipleship. All of those words go together. And what they're saying is, I learned how to discipline myself. I no longer run to someone to ask them for help concerning the emotional outbursts that I'm having. I learned to, get a woosah. And woosahs is really meditation. And that's why Jesus went to the mountain. So you have a lot of information that's connected to the Bible, and other masters, Muslims. There's no one that was actually set here in the world um, to say that they knew everything. The world and the different type of leadership separated religions and spirituality, and so we're in a place where we want to come together. And so how does that come together work for Scorpio? A Scorpio moon is going to come together with generations. It's going to come and ask generations to unite. It's going to ask generations to heal, because it's at a psychological depth where it can see nothing but the muck and mire. It feels it, yeah? And that energy is in that individual that wants to heal. After that individual begin to work on healing, that individual begins to get revelations on how to help others in their family and their communities to heal their cities and states. And so there we go. We're blessed in the city, we're blessed in the field, no matter what comes. And even as I speak, emotional triggers, you can change that in the flick of a moment by realizing that you are acting out, and whatever you're projecting at someone else is not always something that they deserve. You could be living out of an experience of trauma that you had with someone else, and the energies trigger you today, and you take it out on the other person. Now, how do we change that? We begin to work on ourselves and meditate. That's where prayer comes in for myself. That's where meditation comes in for myself. And this is where the healing begins, because I see and I admit that there's something going on within me that I need to heal. So be blessed, share, and subscribe. This is the energy that we're working in for the Scorpio solar eclipse. It's a solar return for moon Scorpios. And that means that there's some soul energy that's working in them to bring them into a place where they're going to lead in hidden secrets and hidden things. Like a lot of things on a collective is going to come out concerning the world in the United States, but where will we as people be? How will we support each other? How will we help each other to heal? And that's why I do what I do. That's why I teach those that are amongst me the way that I do. I teach them because I believe in healing. I believe that we can get along. I believe that we can love each other. I see like 10 of them that have sustained it in my groups. You're welcome to join. Just email me and come on and be a part. I know a lot of people need support. That will stop mental health triggers, because you'll find that you're not the only one that's confused. A lot of people are confused, but you will isolate yourself and believe that it's you, because you may not be connecting or being truthful about how you feel. Once you're truthful about how you feel, then you can start to heal. Truth, feel, heal. Truth, feel, heal. All right. So blessings, share, subscribe, and thank you so much. Be blessed throughout these solar eclipse, and the eclipse is coming up on the 8th. And thank you. Bye-bye.